We are going to see a new chapter in the Unit 4, that is exception handling. The stuff which is available in this exception handling or the concepts of exception handling, followed by the types of exception handling. And we are going to using how to handle exception handling in the sense with the help of the keywords like try, catch, throw, throws, finally. And we'll also two types of exception handlings, built-in exceptions as well as user-defined exceptions. So here like the packages are there, right? Predefined packages and user-defined packages. Here also we have built-in packages as well as user-defined packages. So with this intro part, same book we are going to follow in Java Complete Reference, as well as we are following other resources from the internet. And another is the first topic of today. In this class, we'll focus on the concepts of exception handling. That detailedly we are going to be learning of that exception handling and also exception types. These are the two topics we will be seeing in this class. Let me start with exception in Java. Normally, we have to make sure the difference between an error and exception. Exception also be an error and error also be an error. Now, this error is nothing but is a compile time. Is a compile time error. When you're called exception means is a runtime. Runtime is what? When you're running the program. That is the major difference between an error and exception. Both are errors, no doubt about that one. But an error is nothing but is a compile time error. When you call an exception, it is a runtime error. So this is called as exception means runtime error. Error means compile time error. Keep it in mind. This let me start of today's topic exception. Now, normally exception the dictionary meaning of this one is a abnormal condition. Abnormal condition is nothing but suddenly something has happened. Suddenly we are going to doing. Suddenly some heart attack has came. Suddenly we can get some checker something such type of thing. Suddenly we can get some fits or some sort of. If it is done, then it is called as an exception. So an abnormal condition is called as exception. Normally dictionary meaning. Coming to the definition of exception, exception is actually an event. Event is nothing but what? When you call a method calling a method is called as an event. Triggering a function is called as an event. That disturbs the normal flow of the program. So exception is an event that disturbs the normal flow of the program, and it is an object which is thrown at runtime. Remember the word, it is a runtime. They are going to throwing at runtime. So at the runtime, it is going to be throwing that error. So it is an object which is thrown at runtime. Okay. So simply an exception is an event, and the duty of this exception is it is going to be disturbs the normal flow of the program. So it is an object which is thrown at runtime. So in a runtime program, anything as get some abnormal disturbances is there, that disturbances is called as exception. Now, when exception is there, when an compile time error has came, like semicolon is missing, or this class has not defined, or this variable has not defined, when you're compiling the program, Java C space filename.java, when it gets some error, you are again go to the program and you are resolving that error. If a semicolon is missing, you can put the semicolon. If the open braces, close braces is missing, you can add the close braces over there. If it is the case, you can do that and go to the program and resolve that one. Now, what we are saying the exception is, it is a runtime error. Exception is nothing but is a runtime error. What is a runtime error? How you are going to be handling is, to handle that runtime error, we are having a concept called as exception handling. So exception means what? An event which is disturbs a normal flow of the program, and it will be occur at the runtime. Clear? Now, to resolve the problem of that exception, we are going to using handling. What type of handling? Exception handling. So exception handling is a mechanism, means is a solution to handle runtime errors. What are the runtime errors? We have different types of runtime errors, such as class not found. We have seen in the packages, right? Class not found, IO, SQL, remote, all these type of errors are comes under runtime errors. So exception handling is a mechanism to handle runtime errors. What are the runtime errors? Or class not found, IO error, SQL error, remote error. These are all based on the programs we are doing. We'll be get to know that. Okay. Now coming to the advantages of exception handling is, Right. So whenever we are have discussing about these advantages of exception handling, whenever an exception has done, what are the advantages to handle that is we have different advantages, like we can maintain the normal flow of the application. What is an exception? It disturbs the normal flow of that one. Do not to disturb the normal flow of the flow of execution of the program. We are going to be using this exception handling. So to maintain a normal flow of the application, we can use one of the advantages as exception handling. And another advantage is exception normally disturbs the normal flow of the application. That is why we use exception handling. That is a major advantage to maintain the normal flow of the application. We are going to using exception handling. Let me discuss with a small example, a scenario of here, what actually an exception handling is nothing but. Say, for example, I have a program with 10 statements, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, up to 10 statements are there. Now, in the fifth statement, I got exception, I got error, I got a runtime error over this. What will happen actually if you're not using the exception handlings, if you're not using at the fifth line, that is, it will execute the first line, it will execute the second line, third line, fourth line. At the fifth line, the program will be terminates. The program will be going to be terminate, exit from that program. It will be exit of the program. So suppose there are 10 statements over there, it occur exception at the fifth statement. Rest of the code will not be executed. Rest of the code is what? Statement 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 will not be executed. If you perform exception handling over here, the rest of the statement will be executed. That is why exception handling has to be used. If you are not using exception handling, only the first 4 statements will be executed and it will be come out of from the fifth statement, after the fifth statement. If you are using exception handling, except the fifth statement, it will execute the statement 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So wherever the exception has raised of that particular statement, it will throw the exception and the rest of the statement will be executed when you are going to using exception handling concept. Okay, so there is a one scenario over here. Let me see the hierarchy where we are having different Java exception classes over there. Now, already have discussed all the class files, that is all the objects which are going to be. What is the definition we are going to talking about here is the definition. It throws an, here it is an object which is thrown at runtime. So it is an object. Exception is nothing but is an type of a object which throws at runtime. So it will be from the object main class. All the classes already we have discussed that by default, if you are not raising the constructors of that, the default, it will take the objects from the object class. So object is the main root class where, and under that object class, we have a class called as throwable. So we are having 2 types of throwable classes here. There is exception and there is error. So under the exception, as I said, you different types of exceptions we are having: IO exception, SQL exception, runtime exception. Under the runtime exception, we are having different types of runtime exceptions are there. What are that runtime exceptions are here is this arithmetic exception, null pointer exception, the number format exception. So these are the different runtime exceptions we are having. To discuss this one, we'll have examples also. We can understand very clearly in upcoming slides. No worry about that one. And coming to the error, we have virtual machine error. Virtual machine error is nothing but when you are not installed JDK, then a Java virtual machine will raise an error. There is no Java, there is no JDK at all. Like assertion, we have some sort of assertion error also can be as another category of error. Okay, so all this throwable class will be available in object. In throwable, we are having 2 types of throwable classes. One is exception, another is error. In the exception, again, we are having IO, SQL, the runtime. Under runtime, we have arithmetic, null pointer, number of format, like this. Under the error, we have virtual machine error and assertion errors out there. Okay, so this is the hierarchy, how it is going to be following. Hope you are noting all the things. Next is exception types. Coming to the next part of the topic of this exception types, we are also following the same book over here. We are having normally 2 types of exception, but as part of the Sun Microsoft, we are having 3 different categories of exceptions. One is checked, another is unchecked, another is error. Let me discuss one after the other in detail about this one. Now coming to the types of exception, normally we are having 2 types of exception. One is checked exception, another is unchecked exception. Now, as part of the Sun microsystem, they have defining as three types of exception. One is checked exception, another is unchecked exception. The third one is error. So let me see one after the other what actually each will be discussed. Now, first of all, we'll discuss about the differences between checked exception and unchecked exception. The checked exception, the name itself talks about. Checked means what? Before running the program, what we are doing? We are checking. Checking means what? We are compiling. So the classes that are extend through throwable class means the class which is going to be throwable, that is any class, say for example, class A, which is going to be extends. Here the keyword extend throwable class. The classes that extend throwable class except the runtime exception and error are called as checked exception. The example of the checked exception is nothing but it will be checked at compile time. The examples of this checked exception is IO exception, SQL exception. All this will type of exception will comes under checked exception. Now, say for example, class A extends here as part of this saying throwable. Throwable class. Now, if it is throwable like this, now this type of exceptions are called as checked exception. So, checked exceptions are going to be checked at compile time. Now, what are the examples of checked exception? Is IO exception, the SQL exception, and many more exceptions are available. Coming to the unchecked exception. The unchecked exception we are going to talking over here. This is the unchecked exception. The unchecked exception are going to be talking about extend through runtime exception. Now, as I said you, this is a checked exception. Checked exception. Now, say right. So any class which is going to be, see here, this is checked exception. Say for example, class B extends, class B extends here runnable. Here it is clearly saying about this one. Here extend runtime exception. Runtime exception. This is a point. So in the previous, it is talking about throwable in the check. It is extend runtime exception. Runtime exception. Now then it is called as unchecked exception. Unchecked exception over here, right? Unchecked exception. Now, what are the examples of this unchecked exceptions? Is arithmetic exception, null pointer exception, because already we have defined in the figure, right? In this figure, already we have defined arithmetic, null, all this are comes under runtime exception. Here, default is coming, right? So the examples of the runtime exception is arithmetic exception, null pointer exception, array index out of bound exception. We'll see with one example all this type of errors now. Unchecked exceptions not checked at the compile time, it's checked at runtime. So whereas checked exception will check at compile time, whereas unchecked exception will be checked at runtime. So checked exception extend throwable class, whereas unchecked exception extend runtime exception class. The examples of checked exception are IO exception, SQL exception. The examples for unchecked exceptions are arithmetic exception, null pointer exception, array index out of bound exception. Okay, so checked exception will compile at runtime, where this is unchecked will be checked at runtime. So that is compile time and this is runtime. And coming to the third category, it is a irrecoverable. Irrecoverable in the sense that this type of irrecoverable things are called as error. Example, out of memory error. It is beyond. Like sometimes when you are running your laptop or desktop, suddenly blue screens will comes, right? Sometimes it is a hangout. Totally the laptop or desktop will be hangout. Or virtual machine error. Some missing of some files. Totally it is crap. This is going to be the total files are crash. Like this, we are seeing some type of errors, right? Assertion errors. Already we have seen in the figure, right? Assertion error and virtual machine errors. So out of memory errors or some of the examples of error. So these are the three types of the exceptions we are having in Java. Now, let me see some scenarios to understood very clearly about the unchecked exceptions, where we have talked about the examples as arithmetic, null pointer, array index bound, or out of bound, right? So let me see some scenarios for unchecked exception. The first scenario is scenario where arithmetic exceptions occur. What type of exceptions are called as arithmetic exception errors? Means when you are trying to divide any value with 0, then that type of exceptions are called as arithmetic exceptions. Say for example, int a equal to 50 by 0. Now for 50, you are dividing with 0. So when you are dividing something, some value with 0, then that type of exceptions are called as arithmetic exception. Okay. Coming to the second scenario, let me see for the second scenario for null pointer exception. This is also be one of the example of unchecked exceptions, right? Now, what type of exceptions are called as null pointer exception is, say for example, I declare s equal to null, a value, a initialization for a string s variable, s equal to null. Now you are trying to calculate the length for this s variable. So it is already is a null. If you are trying to calculate the length of that particular, then definitely there is a problem. Definitely there is a problem. That type of problem is called as the name itself, null. It is a pointing, right? Because it's a string, it is a pointing. S dot means what? When you are going to using dot, in C already have studied about the pointers. We can use the operators, dot operator for pointer or arrow mark. Like any one of these we can use it. So null pointer, it is a pointing. S dot, dot means what? Pointing. Null means for a null value. So null pointer exception. So when you are assigning a null value for a string and you are trying to be calculating the length of that particular variable, then it will be throw an exception called as null pointer exception. Okay, there is a second scenario for understood null pointer exception. Coming to the third scenario for number format exception. Let me this also be one of the example of runtime exception. Number format exception. The name itself talks about number format. Now, number format, where we can call number format means, say for example, I am declaring a variable, string variable s equal to abc as a variable s equal to abc. I am assigning, and I am trying to convert that string value into an integer. That parseInt means what? We are converting from one data type to another data type. So it is a parseInt. So we are converting this value into an integer. So if you are trying a wrong formatting of any value may occur number format exception. Suppose I have a string variable, have characters, converting this variable into digits will occur a number format error. Number format error is nothing but you are formatting into as a string and you are trying to converting that into as a integer. So at that time, there is a problem will occur over here for a string when you are converting as a integer. So such type of exceptions are called as number format exception. Okay. Coming to the last scenario, that is the fourth scenario for the one of the example of runtime that is unchecked exception. Array index out of bound. Array, already you know what is an array. Already you know the index. Index means what? A of 0, A of 1, where 0, 1 are called as index. Out of means what? It is beyond. If the size of the array is 10 and you are trying to accessing above 10, A of 20, A of 30 like this, then out of bound. Out of bound means is a boundary. Out of bound, it is a come out of that one, then it called as array index out of bound. Say for example, I am creating an array of size 5. The name of the array is A. Now I am assigning a 50 value to A of 10. Actually, what is the size of the array? Only 5. That is A of 0, A of 1, A of 2, A of 3, A of 4. That's all. And if you are assigning the 10, A of 10, which is not there, then such type of, here the index is what? It is beyond to the size. What is how much the index we can access? 0 to 4 only, because the size of the array is 5. 0 to 4 only we can access. Beyond that one, the array is indexing is out of that size creation. Out of that size means out of the 4, 0 to 4, it is a 5. Out of the 5, it is going to accessing. So 10, you are going to be for A of 10, you are going to assigning 50. Then at the time, it will raise an exception. That type of exception is called as array index out of bound exception. Okay. So these are the 4 different examples we have discussed in the unchecked. So what we have discussed in this today classes, we have discussed about the exception meaning is what and how to handle the exception, that is the exception handling concept and the advantages. And also we have seen a scenario if you are not using exception handling, whenever exception has occurred in a program, what will happen? That already we have seen, and we have seen the hierarchical, the a total of the throwable class where it is, and the different types of exception like checked, unchecked. This is checked and unchecked and error. And also we have seen some scenarios for the unchecked errors, that is unchecked exception. So that's about the introduction of the exception and as well as the types of exceptions over here.